Well, I'm excited to be here this morning. I just recently came to 1 Million Cups a couple weeks ago, and Colin was presenting. He did an awesome job. And I just think this is an awesome experience and opportunity to network with people and just kind of build community. And so I'm really thankful to Jason and Thinkard for just kind of opening up and hosting hosting this event. So yes, I am Abbey Brick, and my company is Birdzeye Media. And basically, Birdzeye Media, we specialize in video. We specialize in commercial video content. And before I go into detail about what we do specifically and what that kind of looks like, I just kind of want to open up and highlight this one question. And that is, why does video matter? You know, in today's world, why is video important at all? And here's how I'm going to answer that. People remember 20% of what they see, 30% of what they hear, and then 70% of what they hear and see, and a whopping 95% is retained of the message that's in video. 95%. So if you think about it as a business person, you're like, obviously this makes sense. And that's really what we're all about at Birdzeye. Is we're here to share the message. We're here to share your message. And so I'm just going to tell you right now, we are two different branches of the company. There's two different branches. And we really just try to come at it from a quality vantage point. So when we're sharing the message with you or with the audience, you know, we want to come from a quality vantage point. And Birdzeye, we're a local company, and we're actually right over at the Standard, right next to Taco Betty's, if you know where that's at. We specialize in creating marketing content for businesses and organizations, and then we do a lot of other creative projects as well. And our target audience is primarily businesses and brides, so it's really easy to remember, businesses and brides. And so I'm just going to jump into businesses, which is the first branch of the business and probably the largest part of the business. And what we focus on is promotional, instructional, and commercial content for those companies. And so you'll kind of see in this video, there's different companies. There's a wide variety of clientele. You know, we have anything from, it's going to freeze on me because it's going to be like that. We have a wide variety, anything from financial companies to musicians to, you know, we've got dentists that we work with local landscaping companies, and I really love that I get to work in so many different areas. I get a chance to kind of see what people are doing in the city, and my goal is to come alongside them and help them present their message to their audience, whoever that may be. So the second branch of what we do is brides, aka wedding videography. And I'm sure that you guys are pretty familiar with wedding highlight videos and trailers, and they're just becoming widely popular, so much so that wedding videography in general, 75% of brides regret not having a wedding videographer, and about 95% of brides say that it was well worth the money. So it's kind of this growing industry. Obviously, when you think of a wedding, you generally think of the photography as like the main media portion, and DJ service, but video is really kind of coming to light in a really cool way. So, and I've had the opportunity to, over the past 6 years, do lots of weddings on my own. But what's kind of cool is this last September, I was able to kind of join in and partner with some other vendors in the area, and we are all currently at the Standard, and it's a DJ and hosting entertainment service as well as a photography business, and together we kind of market ourselves as the dream team. So really, all that means is, you know, we're three separate entities, we're three separate groups of people, companies, But we like to market ourselves together in the wedding world to kind of tackle weddings together, because weddings are a huge thing. They take a lot of work, and sometimes you don't really know what you're going to get from other vendors, and you want to make sure that you're presenting a seamless day for your client, and that typically is important to them because they're spending so much money for that day. And so we've really been able to kind of figure out who each other is and be able to use that to our advantage to kind of promote ourselves as an entire team, which has been a lot of fun. We're kind of a crazy bunch, but it's kind of cool because we can still get business separately and individually as well. So if you forgot already, that's me. And why I kind of started this business, I honestly did not know this is what I would be doing. Like, I had no idea that I would be doing video as a career. But when it comes down to it, I am really an artist at heart. And you're like, oh no, you're one of those. Like, you're one of those artists. But really, all I mean by that is, I grew up in the performing arts world, and I really found that I enjoyed making the experiences that I had one of distinction, making them unique from one to the next. And what I mean by that is, I could take a song and perform it with the same format every time. But the message, I want to consciously deliver a different message each time. And so that's what makes it distinct. And so part of my journey was I always knew I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And so early on in this process of developing a deep interest for video, I started to align the two visions of a stay-at-home mom and align the vision of also pursuing video. And the goal was to start my own business. And so January of 2013, we started Birdzeye Media, and it's just been growing ever since, and it's been quite the journey. And part of the reason that I have continued with this business, part of the reason I have seen such a value in building it, is I really love to highlight what's happening in our community. I think Rockford in general, we hear it a lot, it gets a bad rap, and I think there's a lot of really neat things going on, which is kind of why 1 Million Cups is such a neat thing, because we get to hear what's going on all the time. And so I have a great privilege in the world that I'm in with video. I have a great privilege where I get to tell people stories, and I get to show the world, this inspirational story of this person, or I get to show what a business is doing that is bettering and strengthening our community, which is, to me, very exciting because they're excited. And I also get to be a part of small businesses starting, whether that's logo design, because we also, even though I've talked a lot about video and I've talked a lot about that content, we also do web design content and we do graphic design content as well. But it's neat to see how you can take somebody's story and captivate an audience just by using video, just by using those kinds of elements. And really, obviously, a lot of there's a lot of challenges that come with being an entrepreneur or a small business owner. I think anybody that's a human probably faces challenges, but for me, these have been some of my biggest challenges. So like I said, I am an artist at heart. I am not a business person at heart. So it's very easy for me to do the work of my business, but the business of my business is the part that I've always kind of struggled with because it's not as intuitive for me. It's just not something that I was naturally inclined to do, I guess. So luckily my husband's really awesome and smart that way, so he's been a huge help to me. And just tapping into people that I admire, people that I think have done an excellent job in their businesses, and tapping into them and asking them questions and letting them be a part of the business to come alongside me and teach me some of these things that I wouldn't have otherwise known. So that's definitely been one of the challenges. It still is a challenge because, like I said, I am way more comfortable in the work than I am the business side of things, but I am super thankful to those that have invested time to show me that there's more to it. So, and then also, because I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 young children that are with me every day, balancing work and home is just a constant challenge. Children, as you know, don't really understand deadlines, and they don't really come alongside you as an employee, but they kind of make you their employee. So that's always kind of been a bit of a struggle, is to figure out, how do I be the best as a wife, how do I be the best as a mom, and how do I be the best as a small business owner? And again, I have had a great support system that has come alongside me to not only support me in the business, but also help me see where the balance is in that. So that's been good, because children are crazy. So, and just, where we want to be in 5 years, really simply, we want to expand into some different markets. We would love to just take on some larger clients, kind of on a retainer. So kind of the idea behind that would not be that we would lose the small businesses or the clients that we have now, but that we would just additionally take on larger clients on a retainer basis to kind of get a different perspective. So that's really kind of that's all I got for 5 years. So I guess we'll see what happens in 5 years. So, but that's really my company. I mean, it's as simple as that, and I don't want to take too much of your time, but I appreciate you guys being here and a part of this, because I think this is something that stimulates incredible growth in our community, and I'm proud to be here, and I'm proud to listen to all of you that have presented as well, and I'm just thankful to the people that have taken the time to invest in me and my company, and I'm excited to see where it goes, and I just thank you for your time and your support this morning. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Let's give Abby a hand.